Hi, my name is Joe Connelly. I live in Salem, Wisconsin, and I'm part of a group of flyers that started to fly here in about 2004. A fellow from Tennessee came up and posted online, did anybody from Kenosha fly control line airplanes? So I answered him. His name was Paul Taylor, and he's not here today, unfortunately. He's going to miss this for the first time ever. So the first one we had was Paul, his son, and me. And this just sort of grew from there till at one time we've had as high as 10 or 12 flyers meeting once a year, and we call it the Cheesehead Fly-In. Paul gave it that name, of course, because he's from Tennessee. So we went with the name, and usually every year we make a shirt of a different color and we put the year on, and we designed a flying wedge of cheese for the Cheesehead. And so we get together, and it's an old-time hobby that was popular when I was a boy. From the 1940s and 50s, control line was the popular thing as far as model airplanes went. It's kind of fallen out of favor now that radio control came in, but there are a lot of us that still like to do it this way. The reasons we still like doing it this way is you fly the airplane with a handle and you fly it yourself. It's not like a video game with little, controls and the airplane is separate from you and doing things. Everything this airplane does, you put the input in with the handle. And we can fly loops, squares, triangles. We can go what they call wing overs all the way over the top and down the bottom. Can fly inverted according to how you control the handle. We do figure eights and so on. And if you're a contest flyer, they judge you on how well you do a series of these maneuvers. And some people are really, really good at it, and some people are like me. They're just more of a sport flyer where I fly round and round and maybe I can do a few loops, and that's about it. I never got good enough to really get with the top flyers, and I quit when I was 18 years old, and I never flew again until I was, let me think, I was probably 65 years old. And I took it up again. I went online and saw that they were still doing this. Now I built some of my own planes. I'll show you some of mine. This is one of mine I built from a kit. This is another one that I built from a kit. The one in the background, the red, white, and black one, is what they call an almost ready to fly. When you buy that, everything is covered, colored. You just glue in the wing and the tail. And for people that aren't too good at building a plane from the ground up, that's a good way to get started. And I also built that yellow one, and that's my go-to airplane. I've beat that airplane to death, and it's still here. Hi, Nancy. And so anyway, that's kind of the story. And the way these airplanes work, and they're approximately 60 feet long, maybe a little longer, maybe a little less, but you've got a big circle that you fly in. And when you're connected, you go like this, up on the handle, it'll make the elevator go up. And your plane will do a loop, or it will go straight up, and you can straighten it out, and if you want it to go down, you let your hand go down this way, and the elevator will go down. And so that's why we call it control line, because we have two lines, and that's how we control the airplane. And we don't have a shut off on this. We fill up the tank. It flies out the tank approximately 5, 6, 7 minutes, and you have to wait for it to run out of fuel for it to come down. Unlike radio control, where they have a throttle that will slow the plane down, they can bring it down anytime they want to. But we're bound to by how big the tank is and how long we want to fly. And so briefly, that's the story of control line flying. And we don't have a name for this. We just call it the cheesehead fly-in, and different people come at different times. And I've met some really, really good friends this way. It's a very good hobby to get into.